Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Mapalo MYT. It's 2026 guys, it's a new year. But for us Chelsea fans, we are not starting our year properly. I hope you are starting your year properly, but we are most definitely not starting our year properly. So as you may know, there has been some tension between Chelsea and Enzo Maresca. And if you go to One Football here from the Independent, 1st of January 2026, Enzo Maresca leaves Chelsea in shock exit as Blues line up potential next manager. Chelsea have parted company with Enzo Maresca after a rapid fallout between the manager and the club's hierarchy. The club have already begun making contingency plans with Strasbourg's Liam Rossignol now seen as the likeliest successor. Maresca's future had been uncertain as far back as September, and a poor start to the season but significantly escalated over the last week. The Italian had even made a known dissatisfaction with his situation public, having made a cryptic comment about his worst 48 hours at the club after the 2-0 win over Everton on the 13th of December. This was understood to relate to his relationship with the hierarchy and frustration over a perceived lack of support. The Independent had nevertheless been told that there was increased scrutiny on Maresca's performance since September, despite trophy wins in the Europa Conference League and the Club World Cup last season. There is a lot to read. I will leave the rest of it to you. I'll put a link for where I'm reading this from, but I want to give my thoughts and opinions on this. So I haven't actually read the whole thing. I will be back after I read the whole thing, but yeah. So after reading that, the whole issue really is, we all know what it's about. It happened with Tuchel. Clearly the company which owns Chelsea, we all know their system. It's buy young players, nurture them, sell them for more money. Okay, if they're good, we keep them, but the whole index is the whole project is to do profit, make profit of players. That's why you see Chelsea don't sign any old players, and they love selling academy players. For example, Conor Gallagher, one of our best players in 23-24, was sold just to get in good books with PSR and all of that. But the thing with Maresca is that he did not want to be it said that he was irritated with how their side is run, and so am I, because he wants more power. And of course, a manager like Maresca, he comes in his first season, wins 2 trophies with that Chelsea team. By the way, I know we have some world-class players like Palmer, like Caicedo and James, but everyone else is they're on or off, bro. But we all know that Chelsea structure is not the manager who's making the decisions up there, in terms of signings. Managers are not getting who they want. Clear Lake is getting who they want. We saw this with Tuchel. What these guys want is a yes man, and no manager with 2 balls in between, 2 balls hanging from in between their legs, bro, is gonna allow that. Nobody wants to be a yes man. Okay, no world class manager is gonna work for Chelsea if we continue this way. We had Thomas Tuchel. He had a rough start. He wanted to sign his players who should have strengthened in defense this season. They wanted to sign Ronaldo, and he was not gonna let that slide. He was I'm the manager here, I know what I'm doing, I want my players. They didn't want that, so they sacked him. They got Graham Potter, who was a yes man, and what happened? We were shit. They got Pochettino. Pochettino also didn't like the structure. He wanted his own players. What happened? He fell out again. That's the second time a manager has fell out with the owners and the leadership. Enzo Maresca is the third. Me personally, I'm on Maresca's side with this one because I know Maresca is like a good manager. And what good manager signs Jamie Bino Gittens and Alejandro Garnacho in the same transfer window? Like, that has to be the doings of that has to be like the, it just has to be from Clear Lake, bro. Cause like, ain't no way anyone in their right minds is signing those two, Garnacho and Gittens, bro, in the same window. First of all, you cannot have two left wingers like who are like of the same quality fighting for one position. One has to be better than the other, and both of them are mid. Like, they only shown flashes at Chelsea, which for a left winger when we used to have Hazard, this is not enough. This is not the level. They want to run the team as if they are running Brighton. Like, they're not gonna do that, bruh. Because Chelsea is not a team that should be focusing on making profits. We're a team, we can already make profits. We're a big enough club. We don't need to bring this American style of whatever into our team. We need to focus more on trophies rather than on buying youngsters and selling players. Ambitious managers like Tuchel and Maresca and Pochettino are not gonna sit with this nonsense, okay? No manager wants to be in the position whereby they're managing a club, they follow a project which is not even good, okay? Yes, they may have signed some good players like Cole Palmer, but tell me, what other signing made by Clear Lake has been as good as Palmer or Caicedo? Like, we spent 2 billion and the only real world-class players who we have from that 2 billion are Palmer and Caicedo, who with a combined total cost a little under 200 million. That's like 10% of the money that we have spent with Clear Lake. Now you're telling me out of 2 billion, only 200 million of it was worth it. That is not efficient at all. Like, that is not good at all. We spent 2 billion, but we don't have a world-class strike. Our keeper, of course, he has improved, but eish. Anyways, this was supposed to be about Enzo Maresca. I'm kind of getting a bit sidetracked, although I have to, because like, why? Like, Maresca said it was the worst 48 hours of his like at Chelsea, bro. Of course it is. Like, if he's not getting the support he wants, if he's not buying the player he wants, how will this system work? How does Clear Lake expect a manager to win trophies with players who don't work in the system? That's not how it works. Okay, what they're trying to do and what they're trying to achieve cannot happen. They're trying to buy young players and sell them off. They're using a profitable business model. On the business side of things, it's a good strategy. But on the footballing side of things, it's bad. Okay, which team have you seen do this? No one. Like Chelsea used to win Premier Leagues and win Champions Leagues. Okay, now like we've won 2 trophies. I don't see us winning a Prem or a UCL with this way we're going. Okay, we can't hire world-class managers because world-class managers need backing. I'm sure anyone with their right mind would have seen Maresca and be like, there's a good manager, he needs backing, he won the Club World Cup, he won the Conference League. You might say, it's just the Conference League, just the Club World Cup, just the preseason tournament. But we beat PSG. PSG was in the preseason tournament, Real Madrid was there, Man City was there, Atletico was there. They were still fielding their best 11s. But we are the ones who came out on top. That shows that Maresca is a good manager. And we didn't just win them, we dominated in that final. Okay? This club needs to lock in. Because if we want to become a proper competitor for European and domestic league titles, we need to ditch this. And like, I know us fans, we can talk, but really there's nothing we can do but just pray and hope, because it's not like we can just talk and like Iqbal is gonna be on some, oh, these fans, they don't like what I'm doing, so maybe I should stop. He won't do it. He's just there focusing on the money. I don't think even Todd Bowley likes him. Like, the club is in a shambles, you know. Like, every year there's departures on, like, not just players, like staff and everything. Like, we're losing that Chelsea in us, you know. We're losing that core, you know. Like, and it all culminates with this Maresca situation, you know. Who is probably gonna be the successor? Is probably gonna be the current Strasbourg manager. I don't know how good he is right now. I know that Strasbourg have spent 150 million, and right now in the Ligue 1, they're like they're seventh in Ligue 1. Seventh after spending 100 million, 150 million. Like, this is so bad, bro. This is so bad. Honestly, I don't even know what to do or say, you know, other than what I've said already. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a good 2026. I hope Chelsea have a good 2026. And yeah, you know, there's the other report from One Football which I wanna read, and like, it's just sad, man, because like, I know I may not like be like Maresca's biggest fan, but he's a good manager, bro. Like, winning a Conference League with that team, winning a Club World Cup, that team. Like, this article is a little bit short. It says, Enzo Maresca leaves Chelsea with immediate effect. Chelsea have announced the departure of head coach Enzo Maresca. The Italian's future had come under increased scrutiny recently following a tumultuous end to 2025. In that end, we only won like one game in 7 league matches, which was a bad, like, it's bad to win one game in 7 matches, but like, what can you expect if things internally are not going well? Okay. He made his unhappiness clear following a recent win over Everton, stating that it had been the worst 48 hours he'd experienced since taking over. With key objectives still to play for across 4 competitions, including qualification for Champions League football, Enzo and the club believe a change gives them the best chance of getting the season back on track. I think that's what was said by Chelsea. You know, they released a club statement, but I don't see that getting us back on track. The only thing that could get us back on track is Clear Lake ditching this project, and letting the managers cook and do their work. Okay, under Abramovich, yes, he used to sack managers a lot, but we were winning. Even if we have a new manager every 2 years, at least we were winning. It's better. Like, we're only winning cups here, bro. Like, where are the league titles, bro? We haven't won a domestic trophy since 2018, bro. What? How many cup finals have we lost in under these like Clear Lake, bro, in these years, bro? Like, during his 18 months in charge, the former Leicester City boss won the Club World Cup and the Conference League. We take on City this weekend, but the coaching staff has not been announced for the next fixture. These are seriously dark times for Chelsea. We need to pray to God for things to change, you know. But we just need to look forward, you know, look on the up, you know. People are saying Xavi might come. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, because they're still going to force him to buy players who he doesn't want, like they've done with Tuchel, Pochettino, and Maresca. Thank you for taking your time. This is a bit longer than most of my videos. I hope you've actually watched it to the end. I don't know if I'll make another video on this situation. Maybe if more info comes out, maybe we'll hire a new manager. But for now, that's it. Thank you for your time and for watching. Goodbye.